Have you been quietly fighting with yourself, beating up the woman you were while trying to force the woman you're becoming, and wondering why you feel stuck instead of excited about your next chapter? You're not crazy for feeling this way. You love your kids, you're proud of them, you wanted them to grow up. And yet, since the house got quieter, your mind has gotten louder. You replay things you said, things you wish you hadn't said, things you wish you would have done differently. And at the very same time, you're pressuring yourself to figure out what's next. Be productive, be inspiring, be excited. So now you're stuck in this strange middle space, juggling the woman you were, doubting the woman you're becoming, and feeling like you should be handling this better. If that's you, stay with me because today we're going to separate those versions of you in a way that will immediately soften the pressure and help you start intentionally creating what's next instead of reacting to what's already been. By the end of this episode, you're going to feel less at war with yourself and more in charge of what comes next. Let's begin. Okay, the season was survival, not a performance. Here's what I want you to remember. The past, your brain often remembers it wrong. Before I tell you this carpool story, I need to tell you something very important. Your brain is not a historian, it's a storyteller. And right now, it's editing your past through the lens of this quiet house. While you're in a transition, your brain scans backwards, looking for proof. Proof you did enough, proof you didn't mess up, proof you won't regret something later. But here's what's wild. Your past self only ever existed in the present moment. She wasn't past you. She was just you, doing her best with the awareness she had under pressure, under fatigue, under love. And she was also under something else, the motivational triad, seeking pleasure, avoiding pain, conserving energy. That's human. So that's why you react and also don't want to do a lot of things in the present. Knowing this helps so much. Your past wasn't trying to fail, she was trying to cope. Now, let me take you back. I remember when all four of my kids were home. 4 kids in 8 years, none of them drove yet. Each week felt like a math problem that I was terrified to get wrong. I'm sure you can relate. On Sunday nights, we would have a family council and try to coordinate the week and who needed to be where and what time and all the things. The calendar was open and we'd go day by day. Who has practice? Who needs a ride? Who forgot to tell me about a project? It felt constant. People would say, this season goes so fast. And I think, have you seen how crazy this is? They weren't wrong, but I needed empathy, not perspective. Here's what I know now. That season wasn't meant to be mastered. It was meant to be lived. You were not behind. You were not failing. You were loving in motion. Even elite athletes don't see the purpose of conditioning while they're in it. Before championships, Michael Jordan was losing playoff series and getting criticized. Those seasons didn't feel legendary. They felt frustrating. Later, they became the foundation. If even the greats can't see it while they're in it, why are you expecting ourselves to? So here's your take-home tip about your past self. Ask yourself, was this season about perfection or devotion? What if nothing had gone wrong? Byron Katie says, when we argue with reality, you lose, but only every time. So thank your past self. Be kind to your past self. Be compassionate with your past self. This past self help you become who you are today. Okay, next point. You were doing too much because you cared. Let me tell you about General Conference Weekend. It's a weekend for my church that there's hours of leaders speaking. And so for a child, you can imagine that's pretty difficult to sit and listen for hours and hours and hours for Saturday and Sunday. But I wanted my kids to pay attention, so I created bingo cards, treats with certain words, basketball games with questions, prizes for answers. It was elaborate. I remember after talking about it, our plan one time and looking up and seeing in my mother-in-law's eyes, she was there and she was kind of like, whoa, not judgmental, just wide. Like, wow, that's a lot. And if I could go back and sit next to that younger version of me, I wouldn't tell her to calm down. I'd tell her, you're not doing too much because you're controlling. You're doing too much because you care. This hits, doesn't it? We don't need to try harder. We just need to trust that what we're already doing is enough. Kids don't remember how organized we were. They remember how safe it felt to be with us. It wasn't the bingo cards that mattered. It was that we were together. That wasn't meant to be mastered. It was meant to be lived. So what are you beating yourself up for? That was actually love. Thank her, your past self. She was doing the best she could with the awareness she had. She was trying to meet needs, seeking connection, avoiding pain, conserving energy. She was human and she deserves compassion, not cross examination. Okay, next point. Your past is a teacher, not a life sentence. Here's something freeing. Your memory of the past is not a recording, it's a story. And a story shapes how you feel today. You can't change the past. Like, remember what Byron Katie says, when you fight with reality, you'll lose, but only every time. So, if we know we can't change the past, but we can change our relationship with it, nothing has gone wrong. That thought alone can bring peace. What was this season trying to teach you? Patience, resilience, leadership, creativity, sacrifice. When you stop punishing past you, you free present you. And when the present you feels free, future you gets powerful. So right now, say this. Thank you, past me, for getting me here. Even if it was messy, even if it was loud, even if it was exhausting. Thank you. That woman built this one. Okay, now your future is waiting on a decision. So present you, we talked about past you. Now present you exists only right now. This second. Now it's past. That's past you already. Next second. What we say and do can only influence present and future experiences. Let me say that one more time. What we can say and do can only influence present and future experiences. But our brains aren't used to creating the future. It's used to worrying about the future and thinking about the past. But we're always becoming. And your future right now in this transition to empty nesterhood feels like a blank piece of paper. And especially in the empty nest. And sometimes that can be scary for our brains. But I want you to tell your brain, this is not scary. This is exciting. Your brain wants to be right. So if you decide, my best chapter is ahead of me, your brain will go to work proving it. Future focus is usually more useful than past focus. So ask, what would future me thank me for doing today? Making the call, having the hard conversation, starting the class, booking the trip, applying for the job, starting the business. You don't need a 5-year blueprint. You need one intentional decision. Honor her. The woman you are becoming, intentionally creating your next chapter, is what I help my clients do. So let me say something clearly. You do not need more reflection. You do not need more processing. You do not need to fully make peace with every memory before you move forward. That's another stall tactic your brain is offering you, and your future is not built on overanalyzing past you. She's built by decisions you make today, present and future. Right now, present, this moment, because present you only exists for a second. Now it's past. Now it's past. Now it's past. You are always becoming someone. The question is not, who am I now? The question is, who am I choosing to become? Your brain wants to be right. So if you keep saying, I don't know what I want, I might be too late, I missed my chance, your brain will gather evidence. But if you decide, my best chapter is ahead of me, I'm allowed to want something new, I am building something new, your brain will gather evidence for that too. So here's the shift. Stop asking, what should I have done? Start asking, how can I hook up my future me? Having the hard conversation, starting the class, applying for the job, opening the laptop, booking the trip, making the call. You don't need a master plan. You need one courageous move. That is how your future changes. Going through the transition to the empty nest, it can feel unnerving, unaligned. But if you give your brain something to work on, something to focus on, then your brain, that's a perfect time to do that. We talk about giving our brains problems, productive problems to solve in episode 9. Not by thinking, but by acting. The woman you were raised children. The woman you are becoming raises her standards. She decides, she leads, she creates. We are made by a creator to create. She stops asking permission. You can keep circling this season quietly, or you can step in it intentionally. If you're ready to stop replaying your past and start intentionally building what's next, book your next chapter jumpstart call at marianneiverson.com/call. That's Marianne with an I and an E on the end, Iverson.com/call. And the link is also in my show notes. On that call, we'll separate the facts from the stories keeping you small and clarify exactly what your next chapter could look like and identify the one bold step that can help move you forward intentionally. It's a complimentary call, and all you need to do is book it and then show up. Nothing has gone wrong, but something new does need to begin, and that begins with you. Are you ready? Let's go. I'll see you next week. If this felt familiar, you're not alone. I created a short quiz, Who Am I, after the kids leave. It helps you name what actually is going on for you in this season and what you might need next. You'll find the link in the description. And if you want more conversations like this, you could subscribe. I'm here every week.